Good evening dear parents. Today I am going to share video on big friends. Okay, how to solve problems on Abacus using big friends. Why we use big friends and how we use big friends. So till now I have shared videos on Abacus using to how to solve direct problems on Abacus, how to solve problems using small friends. Today I am going to share how to solve problems using big friends. Okay. So let's start. So first of all, I'll share the formulae. For addition, whenever you have to add any bead and you don't have any bead to add, you don't have any bead left to add, okay, and you have to add any bead, then you always take the help of either small friends or best friends. First of all, we take the help of small friends. Okay, if small friends are not available, if small friends are already used, then we switch on to big friends. Okay, if small friends are not available, if small friends are already used, then we move on to big friends. Then we will take the help of big friends. Okay, so what are the big friends, what are the common friend, what is the common friend, what are the best friends in big friends, I'll share. Okay, just like we have done in small friends. In small friends the common friend was 5. In the same way, in big friends the common friend will be 10. Okay, common friend will be 10. And now these are the best friends. Okay, 1's best friend is 9, 2's best friend is 8, 3's best friend is 7, 4's best friend is 6, 5's best friend is 5. Okay, I have already shared the trick how we get the best friends. Okay, see what you will add to 1, what you will add to 1 to get the common friend. What is the common friend here? 10. Okay, what you will add to 1 to get the common friend? You will add 9. Okay, 9. So in this way 1 and 9 are the best friends, 2 and 8 are the best friends, 3 and 7 are the best friends, 4 and 6 are the best friends, 5 and 5 are the best friends. Okay, so all these are what? These are best friends. Okay, in big friends. Okay, so now what we have to do for adding and what we have to do for subtracting. Okay, so always just keep remember, whenever we take the help of small friends or big friends, okay, for addition or subtraction, whenever we have to take the help of big friends or either of small friends, for addition you have to always keep in your mind that you have to add the common friend and you have to subtract the best friend. For addition, add common minus best. For addition, add common minus best. Okay, and for subtraction you have to do the just the opposite. For subtraction, minus common plus best, minus common plus best for subtraction. Okay, so when we use this, when we have to add any bead and we don't have any bead to add, we are left with no bead to add, then we use this. Okay, then we take the help of friends, either small friends or big friends. If small friends are not available, then we move on to big friends. Okay, so we have done till here. Okay, then for subtraction I have already told you, for subtraction what we do? Minus common plus best. Okay, minus common friend plus best friend. So what it means? See here, whenever we have to add 1, okay, and we don't have any bead to add 1, we don't have any bead to add. Okay, we don't have one bead to add, then what we will do? First we will look out for the small friends. If small friends are not available, then we move on to big friends. Okay, so we will add the common friend and we will subtract the best friend. For addition, add common, subtract best. Okay, add common. What is the common friend? 10. And what is the best friend of 1? 9. So we have to add the common friend and we have to subtract the best friend of 1. Okay, in the same way, how we will add plus 3? We have to add 3, but we don't have 3 beads to add. Then how we will add? We will take the help of big friends if small friends are not available. Okay, so how we will add? We will add the common and subtract the best. So common friend is same, plus 10, and we have to subtract the best friend of 3. What is the best friend of 3 in big friends? It is 7. Okay. Similarly, if we want to add 6 beads, but we don't have 6 beads to add, we don't have 6 to add, okay, then how we will add? We will add the common friend and we will subtract the best friend. We will add 10 and we will subtract the best friend of 6. What is that? That is 4. So we have to do this. Okay, nothing we have done here. We have just added the common friend and subtracted the best friend, okay, of this number. We have added the common friend. Common friend is same for all, and this best friend is for this. Okay, so this we have to do when we have to add beads and we don't have beads to add. Then we take the help of big friends in this way. Then in the same way for subtraction, what you have to do? You have to just subtract the common and add the best. So for -1, what you will do? You will subtract the common friend is same, and you will add the best friend. What is the best friend for 1? It is 9. So you will subtract the common friend and add the best friend. Similarly for -2, okay, it is just the same. You have to subtract the common friend and you have to add the best friend. So 2's best friend is 8. In the same way, -4, subtract the common friend and add the best friend. So you have to just keep in your mind that for adding you have to add the common friend and subtract the best friend, and for subtraction you have to subtract the common friend and add the best friend. That's it. Now let's solve the problems using abacus. First of all, keep your abacus on the flat surface like this. Adjust the beads. Okay, let's start. So first question is first question is 16 plus 4, 16. 1 on the tens place, 1 on the tens place, 6 on the ones place, 5 and 1, 6, like this. Okay, then we have what? We have then 4 plus 4. Now we have to do plus 4. It was like this. Okay, so now we have to do plus 4. For plus 4, what we have done in small friends? For plus 4, for instance, we have done plus common friend minus best friend. Okay, this was we have done in small friends. Plus 5 and -1. So first we check, is plus 5, is 5 is available for addition? No, 5 is already added. Okay, so we don't have small friends. So now we have to move on to big friends, because we have to add 4 beads. Okay, we have to add 4 beads, but we don't have 4 beads to add. We have only 3 beads to add. We can only add 3 beads, but we have to add 4 beads. Okay, so small friend is not available. Small friend is already added. Now we move on to big friends. Okay, so for adding 4, how we will add in big friends? We will add the common and subtract the best. So common friend is what? Common friend is 10. Add the common friend. Okay, subtract the best friend. What is the best friend of 4? Best friend of 4 is 6, right? So we will subtract 6. 5 and 1, 6. Okay, so by adding 10 and subtracting 6, we have added 4. Okay, how we have added 4? By adding 10 and by subtracting 6, right? Next we have to add 4. Now we can easily add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we have to subtract 3. Now we can easily subtract 3. 1, 2, 3. Our answer is, this is the answer. We have done all the calculations. So answer is 1 and 2. 2 on the tens road, 1 on the ones road. Okay, so our answer is 21. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now the second question is 63. So 6 on the tens road, 6 5 and 1 6 and 3 on the ones road, 1 2 3. So 63 we have done. Now we have to add 9. Okay, 9 with the help of 5 and only 6 we can add. So but we have to add 9. So 9 we can add only using the big friends, because in small friends we can add up to 1 2 3 4. Okay, here we have to add 9 and we don't have beads to add. So how we will add 9? With the help of big friends. So plus 10. Okay, so for adding 9 we will add the common friend and subtract the best friend. What is the common friend of in big friends? It is 10. So we have added 10 and subtract the best friend of 9. 9's best friend is 1 in big friends. So we have to subtract 1. Okay, so by adding 10 and subtracting 1 we have added 9. Okay, so next is plus 3. Now we have to add 3, but we don't have again 3 beads to add. Okay, so for adding 3, first we will look out for small friends. Is small friends available? Yes, we have to add. What we have to do for adding 3? We have to plus 5 and minus 2. Okay, we have to add the common friend and we have to subtract the best friend of 3 in small friends. So small friends are available? Yes, plus 5 and minus 2. Okay, so we have done. If small friends are available, first take the help of small friends. If they are not available, then move on to big friends. Then we have to do minus 2. Again we have to do minus 2. How we will do minus 2? For minus 2 we can't subtract 2, so we will take the help of small friends first. What we have to do? Minus common plus best. Minus common. In small friend, common is 5, and what is the best friend of 2 in small friend? 3. So minus 5 plus 3 we have to do. Minus 5 plus 3. So it is done. Okay, so small friends helped us. So we have done all the calculations. Now answer. 5 6 7 and 3 here. 7 on the tens road, 3 on the ones road. Okay, now question number 3. 47. 4 here, 1 2 3 4. 7 here, 5 6 7. Okay, then minus 3. We have to subtract 3, but we can only subtract 2 beads. Okay, but we don't have 3 beads to subtract. What we will do? First of all, we will check out for small friends. Can small friends help us? So in small friends, for subtracting 3, what we have to do? Minus common plus best. Can we do this? Let's check. Minus 5 plus 2. Yes, we can do. So small friends helped us. Now minus 4 we have to do. Easy. Minus 4. Okay, now minus 4 again we have to do minus 4. So for minus 4 in small friends, we have to minus common plus best. Can we do this? Minus 5 is already subtracted, so small friends cannot help us. Now we will take the help of big friends. So in big friends, how we will subtract 4? We will minus common plus best. Best friend of 4 is 6. So minus 10 plus 6 will give us minus 4. Okay, so we have to do minus 10 and we have to add 6. 5 and 1 6. Okay, so we have done all the calculations. Now answer is 1 2 3. 3 on the tens road and 6 on the ones road. 36. Clear? Now last question. So just you have to keep remember, whenever you are not able to add the beads and you have to add the beads, then you first you look out for the small friends. Okay, next last question. 19. 1 on the tens road and 9 on the ones road. Then 1 here and 7 we have to add here. 7, but we can't add 7 because we have already added all the beads. So we have to add 7. So for adding 7 we have to look out for only big friends, because in small friends we can't add 7. We can add up to 4 only in small friends. So for adding 7, we directly move on to big friends. So for adding 7, what we will have to do? We will plus common and minus best. So in big friends, common friend is 10 and best friend of 7 is 3. So we have to add 10 and minus 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then minus 18 we have to do, minus 1 from here, minus 8 from here. But we can't subtract 8. See, we can only subtract 5 and 1, 6. We have to subtract 8. So we will take the help of big friends. Okay. For subtracting 8. For subtraction we have to minus common plus best. Okay. So common friend in big friends is 10. Minus 10 we have to do, minus 10, and for minus 8, 8's best friend is 2, so add 2, 1 and 2. Okay. Minus 14, minus 10, minus 1 from here and minus 4 from here. We can't do minus 4. Okay. First we will reach out for small friends. Can we do? For minus, we have to minus common plus best. In small friends, we have to do minus 5 plus 4's best friend is 1 in small friends. Can we do this? Minus 5 plus 1. Minus 5 plus 1. Yes, it is done. So small friends helped us. So we don't need any help to move on to big friends. So we have done all the calculations. Now the answer is, no bead is touching here, that means 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beads are touching on the ones row. So this is the answer. Okay. So in this way you can help your ward at home to do practice on Abacus using small friends and big friends. Okay. So for understanding big friends, first of all you have to check out my videos on small friends for addition and subtraction. Only then you will be able to understand this. Okay. Good evening. Thank you.